All right, everyone. So from this angle, I don't think you can see everything that I got laid out here. I have a lot of decks, and I might have to adjust the camera. But the thing is, what I'm going to do is, I figured I got channeled to do, or my intuition was saying to do a more of a shadow read, like a flaw, our things that we have to work on, or like our flaws, our shadows, stuff like that. So, and I don't want people to be scared because we all have dark and light. It's just to acknowledge them, be aware of them, because the first step is to acknowledge and be aware of them so we can work on them. So it's kind of like a Fall Friday or Fix It Friday kind of thing. So what I did is I pulled out a whole bunch of different decks and more of the shadowy kind of cards, and we're just going to see what comes up here for the collective to acknowledge so that they can work on them. Because when you're stuck in that state of the shadows, you're living from that aspect, it's like more of a negative, you are more hostile to others, you're insecure, things like that. Like you're living out of your ego, basically, when you become defensive and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Here, let me just see if I can show you this little setup here, okay? I got all the cards, and then I got my little, what is that guy, the little guy, little Day of the Dead guy, and a little witch fell over with her crystal ball. And this isn't any like dark magic or voodoo shit or anything like that. I got my closet open, sorry about that, it's a mess over there. I gotta redo that. But anyway, we're gonna do it this way for now. Let me go shut that closet, that's bugging me. My son plays video games where he's jumping around in the other room, and he knocked off half my stuff, so I got to get to that and clean it. But anyway, that's another whole story. We're going to go ahead and get into this, and what I'm going to do is shuffle. That's why I got the camera there, and then I'll start holding it, okay? So we're going to take, some of them I've already shuffled. So this one I shuffled, this, I'm trying to think. Okay, I shuffled that round. Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle up a few cards here. And then we're going to just kind of pick through them and see what needs to come up, what spirit wants us to acknowledge. Someone out there needs to hear so they can move. You know, the only way you can ascend is to heal those flaws and shadowy ego stuff, you know. You have to let go. So, just going to do a quick little couple of shuffles here. All right, so some of these I already, like I said, I already did. And also what I got here is all the major arcanas. So we're going to see like what major arcanas come up. I'm just going to shuffle a few of these real quick. There's the major arcanas. All right, let me show you this again, okay? A little setup from the top view. All right, so let me see. I guess I can't do it that way now. Shit. Okay, well, we're going to try it this way. I'll just show you the cards, okay? Sorry, like I said, this is kind of a last minute thing that I'm doing. So let's go ahead and see what major arcana comes up. I'm just going to spread them out here and feel spirit. We need the best message for the collective of what ego, shadowy stuff that we need to work on, so we can ascend to that highest level, next highest level, and start that new cycle. This one's calling me for some reason. Let's see what it is. The World. So see, yeah, this is just confirmation that you need to clear up this stuff once and for all, heal it, so you can move on to this world, to your next highest self level, your abundance. You know, it's time to wrap that up and close that cycle. You know, stop telling that same story to yourself and living that same cycle over and over, okay? So that's a good card to get, the World. Okay, let's see what else. We're going to get another major arcana. The Star. Look at this. This is telling you, if you want to get to this wish fulfillment and this new cycle, your abundant highest self, you have got to do this. It's time. It's time to stop putting it off. So we have two great cards there. Let's see if we can get something we can work on. The Magician, you have all the tools you need to do that. I'm hoping you're getting this, because Spirit is trying to definitely tell you that you need to move to this. It's time. You deserve it. It's your destiny. It's time, okay? Yep. Let the tower fall. Let that tower fall and start that. So you can get to this. So you can get to this. Okay? Let it fall. Okay, well, I'm not going to even do anymore, because Spirit is just wanting to show you the end consequence if you work on these things and let these things go, okay? This is like so channeled. Boy, ooh, okay. Such a channeled message. All right, so let's go ahead and just start with, these are cards, just these pictures, cards here are just pictures, and we're going to show them at the end to see how you feel about something, okay? So we're going to spread these out. I don't have enough space. I see why people keep their cards off to the side. I'm going to close my eyes because they got words on them. So, Spirit, which one do you want people to acknowledge? Which card needs to be acknowledged today? Ooh, this one? Okay. Distancing technique. So, these issues you're having that's keeping you blocked or stuck or whatever, it's keeping you distant from achieving what your highest self wants, what your wish fulfillment is. It's keeping you distant from people that you could be close to, your soul tribe, because you're living in that fear, that ego-driven pride. So that's what Spirit is trying to let you know. You're using like a distancing technique, like a protection. So that's that one. Put it over here with our Major Arcana. I'll close my eyes again. I'll get one more of these. Yeah, I think this one. What is this one? Spirit, what's this one you want me to know? Yeah, and it's keeping you from intimacy, like being vulnerable with somebody else, because you're keeping yourself blocked out of fear, out of pride, out of ego. You don't want to show the real you. You don't want to be vulnerable to others. That higher self, authentic self, you're afraid to show it. You're afraid of intimacy and connecting with others. Okay, so that's two of those cards. So far, it's sounding pretty good here. All right, so let's go ahead and get a one of these cards here. Let me spread them out. Okay, Spirit, which card? Which card do you want them to know? Complicated. Yes, you're making your life more complicated, and then you're running around in circles, and it's like a revolving circle, around and around and around. You figure out what you want, then you start achieving it and feeling good, and then all of a sudden something triggers you, and you start feeling afraid, and you start backing off. You start that distancing, and things get complicated, and then you're locked in your circle of that negative things in your mind. You can't do it, you're not good enough. It's like over and over replaying it. And that's why you have to let this healing come in and this tower happen, so you can reach, and then have the tools to be able to reach this star in the world. Okay? So stop complicating things. You're making it worse. Okay. If you just deal with it and get it over with, you know what I mean? All right, so we got that one. Now we're going to go ahead and get one of these cards here. I'm sorry, I don't remember all the decks names. One's like the Dark Mirror. I don't know what they are. I have so many decks. Okay. I'll get better with that. Spirit, which card do you want the collective to know, to be aware of, so they can begin working on this? Anger and chains. Yes, and then you start getting angry with other people that triggered you, angry mostly with yourself, and you lock yourself in these chains so you can't move forward. It's part of that like circle you're going through over and over and over again. And then things get complicated. And then you start the distancing technique, and then you get afraid of being close to anybody. See? Does this sound familiar? All right. Spirit wants me to get one more of these cards for some reason. Okay. All right, Spirit. All right. This one? Okay. Is this me? Yes. And then you start questioning yourself. You know, I'm not like this. I know I'm not like this. That's that ego side versus the higher self side. Oh my God. That's like, is this me? No, it's not the real you. It's this physical reality world that's you don't know how to handle. So you start having this fear base of being judged, of being the same as everybody else, fitting in, on and on and on. So you have to get to the real you, the higher self you. That's the challenge. You have to let that show. All right, so that's that one. Put them over there. I'm just trying to keep everything straight. Now we're going to get these ones. I think these are called the shamanic, let me tell you what these were. Shamanic healing, this deck. Finally, I got one. The other ones I think were the wisdom of the House of Night. All right, Spirit, which one of these cards do you want to show to the collective, please? All right. Changes. Yes, you need to make these changes. And sometimes you don't even feel like the same person. You're one way 1 minute and one way the next because of the ego blocking, fears, all that crap coming up, all the physical world. So you have to make these, and also too, you have to make these changes. You have to be your authentic self, your highest self. Okay? All right, do we need another one of these cards? Yes, okay. Self-love, yes. Bottom line, you have to have self-love for who you really are. Not all the crap and mistakes you've made, not all the things that's happened to you, not all the things you were told. Okay? All right, now we're going to go ahead and get we're going to get one of these cards here. They have positive and negative, but we're going to just use the negative side just because we're doing a shadowy thing. That's not to be negative kind of person, but sometimes you have to delve into that negative to get to the positive, right? The reality. Okay. Spirit, which card do you want me to use for this? Let me feel. Okay, it's this one. People usually find me unattractive and uninteresting. So, again, this comes back to that fear of being vulnerable, fear of showing your authentic self, being accepted, fear of being rejected and abandoned. So you gotta get out of that belief for people. If they do, then they're not meant to be in your life. You gotta look at it a different perspective. If someone, I don't know why you think people are unattractive and uninteresting. You might not vibe with them, but they're their own special person. They have their own qualities. They're interesting and attractive to other people. And there's no purpose for you to judge that. Just because you don't vibe with somebody, you don't have to hang out with them, but that doesn't mean you have to be rude or ignorant or anything like that. So, you don't want people that feel that way about you anyway. If they're not vibing with you, why would you want them in your life, right? So you have to feel this way about yourself. Besides, when you feel this way about yourself, that will radiate out into the physical world, that your confidence will show. You'll be like a magnet. Okay, so that's something you got to get out of. All right, so they only wanted one of that card. Now we are going to get these cards here. This is the love pack, and I only picked out like the green and purple ones. All right, we're gonna get like 3. How about that? 3? Yeah. Okay. Trap. So you feel trapped. Again, back in that trap cycle. You can't move forward, you're stuck, you're not good enough. People aren't going to accept you, you're going to get rejected. It's like a loop over and over that you keep playing in your mind. So what's going to happen? That stuff's going to happen. So you got to break those chains and get out of that trap. Didn't we have chains earlier? Yes, we did. Look, anger and chains. And then you feel trapped. Then you're starting to wonder, like, is this really me? Things are so complicated. Let's see what else is on here. You start distancing. lacking in fearing intimacy. So you have to start having that self-love and make changes. Okay? All right. I said 3 of those, right? So another one. Fear of inadequacy. Yep. And then you're back to that. I can't do it. I'm not good enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not pretty enough. Yep. Same old thing, right? Again, self-worth. You have to value your self-worth. You have to know you're worthy. That you're unique. You're special. Okay? Bottom line, that's what you got to get to. So 3 of that one. Okay. Now we're going to get these chakra cards. I'm just going to draw as many as Spirit wants me to draw here. This one. Guilt. And then you start having guilt because you messed up or you did something wrong or whatever. You ran away or you hid or you didn't do something. Then you start having this guilt on yourself. So, this is the sacral chakra, the orange. So, for the guilt thing, you might want to work on it. Probably all your chakras, but this one's popping out. So, all right. Let's see what else. How many more do you want me to get in this, Spirit? Okay. Recovery. So, it's time to recover. Start letting go all that crap. Whatever happened years ago, it's over, it's done. Now it's time to learn the lessons and pick up and heal. Start knowing your self-worth. Or this could be if somebody else has any like bad habits or addictions or drinks too much or whatever. This could also be, it's time to stop that crap that only makes things more negative. You feel lower. It might temporarily, but it doesn't last and it makes it worse actually. Okay? Vanity. This also too, and believe it or not, even if you don't feel self-worth or pretty enough, you still can have vanity. It still can be part of your ego. You know? For if you're out looking for other people to tell you how pretty you are or how worthy you are and stuff like that, that's a little bit of vanity. I mean, yes, you want to be accepted, but you have to tell yourself this stuff. Okay? I think they want me to do one more of these. Again, with the rejection. You don't want to feel rejected. Well, guess what? We're not going to be accepted by everybody. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. You got to accept yourself. And realize that if you don't vibe with that person, I mean, you don't accept everybody either. I mean, you might not be rude to them, but you don't want, every Tom, Dick, and Harry coming to your house and watching TV with you, do you? Oh, no. You wish them the best. You're kind to them, but you move on. You don't want to always be with everybody you meet, right? So don't take it personal. Accept yourself. All right, I think, okay, one more. Grief. Yeah, get out of that grief. This is the heart chakra. Your heart is hurting. You need to heal your heart. Stop living in all that grief of what happened, what could happen, stuff that happened in the past, how somebody treated you. Get out of that. Somebody abandoned me. Oh, wow, it's done now. I mean, yes, it hurts. Believe me, I know. And it takes a while to get over it. And get back your self-worth and confidence and stuff. But you can do it. It's time to move on. A little bit of tough-love there. All right. Now we're going to get the... Let's get one of these cards. Tolerance. You appreciate other points of view because you sense the love of everyone. Okay, so, tolerance? Yes, you have to just tolerate others. You might not condone what they do. They might not condone what you do. See, it's a two-way street. You just, tolerate. So, if people are just being rude to you or saying nasty stuff to you or like that, yeah, it stings. Sure it does. But that's just showing what kind of person they are. Because you don't go around just telling people negative bullshit stuff all the time. So we just have to tolerate that and don't take things personally, okay? All right. Regret. I know I can't change the past. No, you can't. So it's time to learn the lesson and move on. Things happen, and you're not going to change them. Sitting around worrying about them all the time isn't going to do a damn thing except waste your time now, your present time, your time for your abundance and happiness. So heal it, forgive, let go of that regret. Okay? Things happen for a reason. Sometimes we don't realize, but they're a blessing in disguise. So it's how they're your perception on things, how you perceive everything, okay? Time to heal that and let it go. And you can do a lot of heart chakra meditation and healing, okay? I think we have to do another one of these. And surrender. Yep, it's time to surrender. You can't fight it anymore. It's time to heal that. It's time to feel all those feelings and let them be released. Have a good cry. Do some healing of your chakras, grounding. And it might hurt for a little while, but once you release all that, you'll feel so much better, so good, and so more your authentic self. And that's when the magic starts happening, okay? All right. We are going to get a Halloween card here. Okay, Spirit, which card do you want me to pull on this one? Okay, this one. Zombie, control, yeah. Taking back control of your life. This is taking back control of your life, or it could also be maybe you're trying to control other people to accept you or be the way you want them to be, so you feel better or whatever. And that doesn't happen. We all have free will. This is more about controlling how you perceive things, what you do. Okay? One more Halloween card. No, this one. Okay. This one. And then we have jack-o'-lantern protection. Yeah. Bottom line, you have to protect yourself. Put up boundaries. And this is also saying that you have spirit guides and spirit, guardian angels, archangels protecting you. You are protected. They love you for your authentic self, okay? All right. And bottom line, you got to protect yourself. And you know what? I think I'm being called to pick one more of these. Let's see why. Blind spots. Yeah. No, don't tuck things away so then you'll be triggered later. Make sure whatever's coming up, you heal and deal with it then. You know, don't think, no, I don't feel like feeling like this, and tuck it down, because believe me, it will come up. You'll be triggered in some crazy way, and then it'll all be flooding back, or you might react a way you don't want to react. So watch out for those little blind spots, okay? I guess Spirit wanted you to know that. Okay, now we're going to get an Alice in Wonderland deck card. Find the lesson. Discover the purpose in a situation and trust that you're learning. Yes, they've already been saying that. There's a reason behind everything. It's for you to acknowledge something, to heal something, to get rid of something, to learn something. There's a lesson, okay? Find the lesson. Instead of finding the hurt or taking it personal or whatever, find the lesson. Belong to your own dream. Create your own life. Yes. Don't be stuck in what other people say about you or think you should do. It's your life. You know best. You know what your intuition and higher self's telling you. Choices. Feeling blocked and restrained. Yep, because you're feeling blocked and restrained. You have to heal that and let it go so you can move forward into all this, not the tower, but this stuff. You have to let that go. You have to choose. Let the blockages and all that bullshit ego crap go. Heal it. Heal it. Spirit is telling you once and for all. Okay. just going to get a couple of these cards. These got the words on them again, so I'm just going to kind of close my eyes and feel again. Spirit, what's the message? This one? Okay. Dominating relationship. Maybe you're allowing yourself to get into these controlling relationships that are making you feel like shit, making you feel little, making you lose your self-worth. You know, so also watch out what kind of people you're attracting. You might be going around the same cycle over and over with the same kind of people. Once you start knowing your self-worth and become your authentic self and set boundaries, you won't be attracting this crap anymore. And that's a good thing. Read that. Leave your past behind. Yes, it's time. Let it go. I don't know how many times you're going to have to be told that, right? Because somehow you're having these loss issues and you're holding on to the past. It's making you feel valued or something. So let go of it. You deserve more. Okay. Just going to read the shadow side of these here because they have both good and bad, shadow and light. But we're doing the shadow reading, so. And I hope you're not all getting too triggered too much, but if you are, that's one thing to start looking at. Why am I getting triggered? How can I heal this? Okay? My inner child is damaged from childhood wounds. Yep, so that's where a lot of our triggers come from. Wounds from when we were growing up in our childhood, other relationships. But a lot of us come from when we were growing into our childhood wounds. So look back and start healing that, you know? Sometimes we just bury that because it was so long ago, you know, but heal those childhood wounds. I may run only because these deep feelings are real and scare me. Yep, you don't want to deal with them. They scare you, so you run away. And then what does it do? It starts eating at you, eating at your confidence, about your self-worth. It starts making you feel regrets and guilt. Yep, stop running away. You gotta deal with them. And the last one of this is, I'm stuck in my grief. Yep, because you stay stuck. You stay stuck, and then you just keep going around and around and around in that same cycle. All right. I hope this is helping some of you guys. I know it can be very triggering and hard, but we have to deal with these things, you know? I'm not going to sugarcoat and tiptoe around it. I mean, you got to deal with it, right? All right, so now we're going to get Believe in Yourself card. Believe in yourself. Okay, Spirit, what does the collective need to know? Yeah, I keep coming back to this one. Okay. Villain. You can always rewrite your story. Yep, stop playing like you're the villain or the victim. Nope. It's all up to you. It doesn't matter what Joe Blow did to you 5 years ago or what Sally said in 6th grade. Nothing. No. What your parents did. No. That's over. It's time for you to take responsibility. Stop being the victim. Get your shit together. Heal. And like I said, it's not easy. But you'll grow a lot of strength, confidence, self-worth. And look how she looks so confident and peaceful there. I don't know what she's doing with that rock. It looks like she's going to attack the shell. You know? She's like feeling like the victim. She's going to attack the shell that's just laying there and not even bothering her. So that's kind of what we do sometimes. Somebody else hurts us and then we take it out on something else. No, you got to heal that, okay? Expectations, don't seek anyone's approval. Nope. Don't expect anything from anyone. And you don't need anyone else's approval. All right, right, these are good cards. I like these cards. Dragons. Yep, all those demons and dragons, just get rid of them, slay them, let them go. Cut them out of your life. Thorns. We weave together the crown you deserve. Yep, get rid of all those thorns. Okay? Only accept what you would deserve. All right. And let's do one more, last but not least. I like this one. Bitch fire. Stand up for yourself. Yep. Set your boundaries. Stand up for yourself. Know your self-worth. Be confident. Be strong. Only attract your soul tribe. People on your same level that are supportive. Yep. Be that bitch fire. All right. All right, now, power of surrender. Usually we always leave off with that, right? So, power of surrender cards. And these, I took out the ones like surrender to nature and all that. I wanted the more gritty ones, you know, like what we had to deal with. Okay? Ta-da. Surrender to setting limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. Yep, set boundaries. Don't let people walk all over you, tell you some sob story or make you feel sorry for them. And then later you regret it or feel bad. Nope. Or lowers your self-worth. Set boundaries. Set limits. You know what you believe in. You know what you find worthy. You know what you accept. Okay? It is okay to set boundaries. Because I'm telling you, there's a lot of people out there that will take advantage of you. And I'm not saying everybody, but there's a lot. So, is that perfect or what for the ending? Surrender to complete healing. Yes. And look, here's spirit and light surrounding, saying it's time. It's time. It's time for this world. It's time for the star. You're the magician. You got this shit. You got all the tools you need. I gave them to you. Okay? Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Oh my God, my throat chakra just, oh. Wow, that's so powerful. My throat chakra's going crazy. Yes, I'm going to show you this again just because that was a reaction there. Surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. It is time. All right, I'm going to leave it at that one. Whew, that was a powerful one. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few cards here. These are just picture cards, but you need to just like really look at them, study them, and just whatever you're feeling about that card, whatever emotion you feel from that card, it's kind of like activating some healing, something for you to acknowledge and heal. So, all right, let me spread them out. Spirit, some of the collective needs to see this image to activate healing. So let's go ahead. This one? Okay. So, look at this picture, okay? I'm going to try to hold this up so you can see the whole picture. Sorry. See this picture? Really study it and look at it. What do you see in it? How does it make you feel? Okay. All right, so that's the first one. And if you need to pause or go back to it. All right, let me take another one and I'll hold the phone back. Okay? All right. Spirit, please be another picture for healing for some of the collective out there. Okay. Here's the other one. Just feel like how you're feeling your emotions. How do you react to it? Okay. Let's get another one. Okay. Again, just look at the image. See what emotions or feelings come up. Your reaction. Okay. And spirits tell me to do one more, so there must be another one out there for someone. Okay. This one for some reason. Okay. Again, you're just going to stare at the image, see if anything triggers you or any feelings or emotions come up. So, okay. So, like if anything was activated or triggered or emotions come up from those cards, it might be something that you need to acknowledge or to heal or start working on. I know being triggered or bad feelings being thrown in your face can be a challenge and make you feel bad, but that's where the growth starts. You have to acknowledge it and not discard it, not bury it, not chain to it. You really got to look into that and do some healing, okay? And then you can move on, because I want everybody to get to this, you know? Get to that. We all deserve that, right? So I'm still not sure what I'm going to call this little reading, but I hope it helped some of you out there, and yeah, I really hope it helps some of you to get to your higher self and highest level and your soul purpose and your abundance and all that stuff. So have a happy Friday and a great weekend, okay? Namaste. Bye.